Janice Stein, I want to come to you for your top line thoughts to open this discussion up and really focus on your expertise as someone who thinks about the big geopolitical macro trends, the kind of global balance of power. What do you see coming out of this election that you think viewers should be watching for to understand where geopolitics is going to be headed in the next 4 years? What are the new hotspots, the new big risks that we should be thinking about?
Let me just say, in order to answer that, I'm going to add one more machinery of government piece, which is the transition in the United States, not before January 20th, but after. One of the things we know is that the senior agencies have been stripped of their personnel, sometimes 3 layers down, Richard, and Bruce would speak to this. So for the Biden administration to staff up on all the files that matter to this country and matter to allies, this is not going to happen as quickly as we like. I actually think of the transition as a 6 month to 1 year period before they're at full capacity. And again, some of these appointments are going to require Senate confirmation, very different from our own. So I think in terms of meeting expectations here, we have to have a slower process than that word transition up to January 20th. Now, for Canada, what are the big global issues? I think there are 2 broad baskets. The first, and I think this goes without saying, Biden will work with allies differently. That erraticism, this almost paradoxical friendship with people who we would describe as authoritarians and disdain for traditional US allies, that is gone. And Biden has deep relationships with many of these leaders. So on climate change, on the WHO, on the WTO, with the World Trade Organization, which really matters to Canada, it's been paralyzed by the Trump administration. I think we will see significant change even within that first year. The second big issue, which really matters to this country, and I think everybody in this room listening with us understands why, is China. There is an interesting exception to what we've been talking about, because there is bipartisan consensus in Washington across the Democrats and Republicans. And many Democratic leaders will tell you that Trump got some things right with respect to China. But this will now come to the Prime Minister's desk, because Biden will be seeking to build a coalition of like-minded states to join the United States in crafting strategies towards China. And this, in a sense, works to Canada's advantage, as well as to many Europeans who recognize that they alone cannot have any impact at all on issues that are vital to them with respect to China, and that the best chance they have is to, in fact, build a coalition with the United States acting in concert, something that has been completely absent over the last 4 years. That will be a really significant change. However, the demands will go up, because when you join a coalition, you not only get something, you give something, and that's going to require us to make some tough decisions about what is core, what we want to see on the plate of an international coalition, what are central demands, but where we're willing to compromise as well.